Hey guys, it's John. I am here and I have a great question that came in, and I want to go ahead and read the whole thing to you. And then I'm just going to jump right in and give my 2 cents. And I hope gives the person who asked the satisfactory answer that they're looking for. So let me do this and I'll read it to you and then we'll get right into it. Hi, John. I just found your channel a few days ago, and I do have a question that's never been answered to my satisfaction. A lot of psychics on YouTube say they're channeling Jesus or Mary or Archangel Michael, etc., to help them get through difficult times, answer questions, and so on. But even though we know time is a construct, how is it possible that these souls can communicate to so many people constantly? If people are, say, in church and all are praying for various things, how can those souls pay attention to so much incoming? Thanks for helping me understand this. It's a great question. It's a fantastic question. But let's talk about a couple things here, because a lot of the things that make this difficult to understand is based in the physical world constructs, and one of them being time, of course. The other one is the idea that we're all separate, or because the bottom part of this question here says that how can they take care of so many people at once? Well, that depends on there being large numbers of people asking things, as opposed to us all being one and our consciousness being connected to the one of God. And God, Jeshua said, the Father and I are one. And he says, I'm the Son of God, you are the children of God. It's the same thing, right? So it's all one. And so the people who are channeling, Jesus or Mary or Archangel Michael and so forth, they are tapping into the oneness of God. And the oneness of God is unlimited. The oneness of source, universe, consciousness, yada, yada, is completely unlimited. There's no barriers. You don't run out of it. It's unlimited. And so the idea that, especially knowing that time is a construct, right? Separateness is a construct as well. And being alone in the world is a construct as well. The idea that when you're looking at your experience from the idea of how can that work in the question of how itself is, how does that fit in with our physical laws? And I'm using the quotes there because laws are also a construct. But the people who are channeling Jesus or Mary or Archangel Michael, etc., a lot of them are just tapping into that individual personality within the oneness of God. Now, what I find really interesting is when I started channeling a long time ago, I had a very strange experience where, at first, there was what felt like a separate entity, and over the course of the channeling, it stopped referring to itself as a separate entity and me as a separate entity. It started referring to, when he'd say John I, meaning John and I together as one, John/I. And then after the course of time, I just stopped having that personality. And people, they asked me while I was channeling one time, what's going on? What is this? How come he's saying John I? Why is this happening? And what was described to me was that because of my own self-doubt, my own self-worth issues from the physical plane, from my physical experience, I had a hard time believing in my oneness with God. And so I needed a separate entity in my construct to bring that information through. In my mind, the people who channel multiple entities, they're prone to going to those certain entities, those certain personalities, and of course, if those personalities are there, they're going to tap into something of that personality. But the information is from the oneness of God, from the oneness of all. It's just coming through a personality that they can believe in, they can put faith in, they can hold on to. But all answers are available at all times for all people. And it literally comes down to recognizing the communication that's happening. When people pray for something and go into a church or something and they pray for all their different things, all of the answers are there. Getting the answers comes to the point of the person opening up and listening. And when I say listening, here's where people get really confused. I say listening, I don't necessarily mean, hearing the trumpets of Gibraltar or whatever. What I mean is start following your feelings and your thoughts and that are accompanied with feeling, because spirituality and connection to source comes through the feeling, not through the thinking. The thinking is where the constructs live. And if you look at the myth of Adam and Eve, their transgression was that they ate from the tree of knowledge. They got in their head. They got thinking about it, and out of their feeling heart. And you need to look at this question that you're asking here from the idea that while you're here in this physical plane, you are the one that's away. Everything else is there. And you know you're away because every 16 hours you have to fall asleep and you go back to that other state in some form. You have to go back and recharge to dive down into this physical realm. And so while you're here, you're away. While you're here, you're having the experience of being separate and alone, and the idea of there's so much and things are so vast and there's too many of us asking and all that stuff. That's in the depths of the physical experience. But you yourself are a spirit. They say this in the New Age especially. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. I completely believe that. Now, I frame it differently. I frame it as our higher self / Holy Spirit, which is the same thing in my book. Higher self, Holy Spirit, soul is us. And we have the physical experience and we have the God experience where we are just completely immersed in and lose most identity, if not all identity, in the oneness. But then I think we come to this higher self, which has the individuality and the personality, but is still connected to the oneness fully. And I think that's what Jeshua did. I think that's what Buddha did. I think that's what Krishna did, is they came and they expressed the oneness fully. So they didn't need to channel Moses or Elijah or, anybody, the Buddha even, they didn't have to channel anybody because they were connected directly to the oneness. And so you never hear Jesus saying, well, I am, Elijah is speaking through me. He didn't say that. He just gives information because he's connected to the oneness. And being one, all answers, all manifestations, all things are possible. Now let me dive a little bit deeper into something else you're saying. You're praying for various things. How can they pay attention to so much incoming? It's not about they don't have to pay attention. That's a physical construct. It's just known. They just know. It's just there. It's all one. When you think it's known. Now think about this. Each one of us is a creator of our experience. Each one of us comes to a space in this world where we have to realize that our world that we experience is, in fact, a product of our belief and what we put faith in. And if we put faith in the fact that there's too many of us praying, how could they hear us all? That's putting faith in something, and that it is shown to us in the physical world. And when you look at the other side of this, when you put faith in creating something joyful and new and something easy in your life, or realizing that I am one with God and all answers come to me easily, that's a belief that you're putting out. That's a creative belief. The book of John starts with, in the beginning is the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I want you to look at this from a unique perspective. When you look around your room, everything you're seeing is pure energy. That's what Einstein showed us. It's a pure energy event made of atoms, right? Just pure energy. You're looking around, you're seeing that wall over there, and that window over there, and that door over there, and you realize that those things are made of atoms. And atoms are just a pure energy event. They're not even a solid. They're an energy event. So you're seeing these things. Now here's where it gets weird. We know scientifically our eyes are made of atoms. And the air between your eyes and that door and that window and that wall is made of atoms. Everything that you're experiencing is made of a pure energy event. Hold your hand up. It's made of atoms. It's a pure energy event. And that is the oneness of God. So your words with your belief, your words with thought, word, and deed, the three things you need. I guess rhymed. I like that. Thought, word, and deed, the three things you need. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Thought, word, and deed, the three things you need. Your thoughts, words, and deeds, right? Your thoughts with your words go out into this pure energy, and God shows you your belief around you. So if you believe it's hard for communication to happen, if you believe it's hard for angels to listen to everybody, you're going to see reasons to think that. You're going to see, because you're creating that into your belief system. You're creating it through into your physical reality through belief. It's just like if you believe that life equals struggle or struggle equals growth, you're putting belief in struggle, so you're going to struggle. Put belief in easy, oneness with God and God being love. Just be love, and your life will change dramatically. So your question is a great one in the fact that you're asking about how it all works. It all works through belief, and all the answers are always present. But it's a matter of your belief bringing that answer into your illusion, into your energetic event. And you and your energetic body and your energetic event are creating that outcome, that experience. And that's how it works. I hope that answers your question. And you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.